Oh, yeah, we are back with a bunch of different things, a bunch of different games. Some of these are interesting, realistically speaking. Back with more playoff games. Some interesting, I guess we'll say, outcomes. Probably the right word for that. Real quick, don't wanna be too long. Google Drive I only have like 93% left on my free storage, and I'm not paying for Google Drive. When you have college, you kind of can't afford to pay for Google Drive. So, all right, here we go. Here we go. Ready? Some of these games I will be at on the sidelines. I will not be calling any radio. I'm done with radio. Till next year, unless they tell me otherwise. I'm just assume that I'm done, and I'll be on the sidelines. But let's get it going. I kind of want to save Valley View and Crestwood to the end because I have some very choice words for some people that I won't say. I'll get into it later. Let's get into it. PIAA Class 5A first round. Delaware Valley 7-5. Whitehall 7-5. Yeah. Let's talk about this. Whitehall is a completely different monster than any team Delaware Valley has seen. Out of state, in state, does not matter. They cannot stop the run. I'm just telling you that right now. That being said, it is going to be a very, very, very rough night for Delaware Valley. I'm taking Whitehall by 17. That's that. Newman Goretti at Scranton Prep at Scranton Stadium. I will be at this game on the sidelines tomorrow night. Oh boy. See, Newman Goretti plays in a little bit of a tougher division than Scranton Prep does. And I must say, Scranton Prep has really... They have defied all odds. When I guess is the right words. I can tell you right now, Prep could beat a lot of teams besides Lakeland in this area, but when it comes to Newman Goretti, it's going to be really, really tough. However, they've done quite well, and their running back has done quite well. I think he has almost 13 to 1,400 yards. Kid's pretty darn good. It's not London Montgomery now because London got hurt. Can you imagine with London Montgomery how really good Prep would be? But I'm going to take Goretti. I'm going to take Goretti by 7. I'll be there tomorrow night. Then we've got Lakeland, undefeated Lakeland, versus Executive Education for the 2A first round of the states. I don't know what this is at Dunmore. Yeah, here's the deal. Lakeland's playing Executive, I think, probably was their best bet because the other teams are going to be really, really tough in order to, trying to. When you see out of town schools, it's you don't know what you're getting, and I think Executive probably would be the best of their options. Not that they had any, but of the teams that they would have to play, I would rather than play Executive if we want a shot at Lakeland going all the way. I'm going to have to take Lakeland, quite frankly, being that they're such a solid team, although Dunmore did give them a run. That was a very, very good game. I'm going to have to give this one to Lakeland. I'm going to take Lakeland by 7. Then we've got Class 1A first round on Saturday. This is Northern Lehigh and Lackawanna Trail, also at Dunmore. I might be covering that one on the sidelines, doing Twitter updates as well. I will let Jake know. He will probably retweet it if so. So stay tuned. Lackawanna Trail barely gets by these past couple of weeks. Some of these wins scored doesn't necessarily even have to be telling. Just the play. They're barely getting through. And now they're going to play a Lehigh Valley school. It just doesn't seem right. I'd love to see Trail go far, but I'm going to have to take Northern Lehigh on this one. Northern Lehigh by 10, I think, is the proper score differential. And then also the top of the first game listed is the game I wanted to talk to you guys about. Number 1, number 2 Valley View, number 1 Crestwood. Let's talk about it. This is a rematch of week 1, I believe, in which Crestwood pounded Valley View. Valley View beat Dallas in a decently played game. A little bit of help, but decently played game. They probably would have won anyway. That's really all I have to say about Valley View. Crestwood pounded Berwick. I mean, not really much to say there. You know, you kind of get, and I'll say it, I know I graduated from Dallas, but I'll say it. The Final Four and 4A all four were quite entitled teams. You know, they acted entitled. Every single one of them, and it just so happens that we got the 2 most entitled in the finals. And I will include my school in that statement as well. I want to say something. I want to say this because this really gets on my nerves. I have the right to say what I want. As long as it's not hurting anybody or any of that. Not hurting anyone, not, setting any ideas. So when I call somebody or some team out for doing something, I am completely within my rights to do so. This game is the tale, and I'm not saying this because of anything that I've called people out these past couple weeks that the people have gotten on my case about. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Because it's simply not happened. But I have been getting the feeling that some people seem to think that I'm not allowed to feel a certain way. I called Crestwood out a couple weeks ago. Here's my reasoning on why I don't like people running the score up on games. Because if you are a high schooler from Hanover, Valley West, whatever, small school, if your first experience of football is being blown out 70-0 or 80, whatever the hell it was, to 0 a couple of years back, I've even called my own school up about it. Said it's just not needed. Blowouts. If your first experience is being blown out, what are you gonna do? I don't want to play this sport. I don't want to be the laughingstock of my school. That's the way I feel. And that's just me dropping a hot take. So I'm not just singling out one school or another. I call it out. But you're in the sports media. Yeah, I know. I just think it's not right. And I want kids to have good experiences when it comes to these things. Let's call the game. Not go on a tangent. Number 2, Valley View. Number 1, Crestwood. Let's see. Boy, I still don't really know where I want to go with this game. I'm going to go out on a limb. I will say, though, before I go out on a limb, winner of this game is not winning the next round. They're playing either Interborough or Bonner Prendy, and they're not winning, whoever wins this game. So that being said, I think Valley View is a little bit different. They're a little bit more of a full team, a fuller offense. They're not one-dimensional. Whereas Crestwood just runs the ball. So I have a choice. Do I bank on Crestwood's defense being good enough for them to be able to run the ball and get away with it? Or do I bank on Valley View catching Crestwood off guard with running the ball and then passing the ball? Good question. I'm going to take Crestwood on this one, barely. I'm going to take Crestwood by 7. And I think I'm making the right choice here. Their defense has been good. It's not, and I really don't think it's as much of their running back as it is their line. Their offensive line is very big guys. They know what they're doing. You got a hole like that. How do you not run as good as you're running? And I'm not taking any credit away from the kid, but you got to give some credit to your line. Oh my gosh, the line is insane. It's not taking anything away from him either. So I'll take Crestwood by 7. And a little bit emotional, I know, but just how the cookie crumbles. And I will never say that again because now I feel like I'm 60. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Hot takes, I know, but that's the way it is. Make sure you come on back because I have more picks for next week. And I will see you all next week. I'm going to bed now. Bye.